Hello, my friends, and welcome to another week of art. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, here we go. We are in week November 2nd. And believe it or not, some of you are heading back to school in person on November 5th. But I want to give you guys a chance to make up any work before you come in on November 5th. So I can statements. I can create an original work of art using color, line, and shape. I can complete my drawings of pumpkin or pumpkins and scarecrow and Frankenstein in the style of Picasso's Cubism. So what are we doing today? We're going to review the rules and expectations since you're coming back to me. And we're going to review the lessons for week of October 12th, 19th, and 26th. We'll review how we use line, color, and shape to create a pumpkin drawing, scarecrow drawing, and Frankenstein drawing. And I'll give you a quick demo again of how to draw these. Review how to add pictures in Google Classroom, a quick demonstration, so that I noticed some of you guys have been turning in your artwork, but not turning in anything. If you click turned in and I don't see anything, or you don't send me a message saying, hey, I emailed it to you, or my mom sent it in Class Dojo, then for all I know, you just clicked turned in and you didn't do squat. So I need you guys to learn how to do this. And even if you're coming back to school, you need to know how to do this in case we are sent home ever again. Okay, so let me bring up, okay, art room rules. You guys should know this by heart. Attitude is a choice, so be positive. Respect everyone and try your best. And don't forget to view the entire video and complete the assignment. Submit your artwork to Mrs. Turner, me, via Class Dojo, Google Classroom, or email at eturner@ecps.us. And offline learners, turn in your art to the school when you get a new flash drive, if you're still picking up flash drives. Okay, this is a little bit different. If you are returning to school face-to-face, this is what you should expect from art class. First of all, I will be coming to you, your classroom, for art. You won't be coming to me. We will wear our mask, social distance, and keep our hands and area clean, okay? And you will mainly use your own supplies for our lessons, okay? Quick review. We have talked about elements of art. Line is a path that starts with one point and continues. And we talked about different types of line. And elements of art are what? The ingredients that make up art. Now, we also talked about shape. What is shape? Shape is the outline of an object, and it is also an element of art. We talked about basic geometric shapes like the triangle, rectangle, square, circle, oval, and diamond. We also talked about organic shapes, things you find in nature that are natural in form, like fruit or flowers or pumpkins. Okay. And I took a picture of the images of the artwork that we created, or you watched me create in the videos. Remember, they don't have to look just like mine. But the week of October 12th, we were talking about pumpkins. So the first one is one without a face. It's not a jack-o'-lantern. Not carved out. And that's okay if you draw something like that. And then the next one is just a pumpkin that's been carved. And then we talked about different shapes of pumpkins. They don't all come in the same shape and size. You see a small one, a really fat one, and then a tall, skinny one. Then the week of October 19th, and you can see a theme here. It's all about fall. We talked about scarecrows, and scarecrow being something that's used to scare off or keep the birds out of the garden or the fields. And so they concentrate more on the scarecrow than they do on things that they can eat and nibble on. Okay. Scarecrows are also, sometimes the head is made from a pumpkin, but for the most part, the body is made out of clothing that's stuffed with straw or old material. And it's usually, you have like old buttons that might be used, some shapes that we talked about in the drawing would be geometric shapes or organic shapes with the straw coming out as hair. And then the last one was Frankenstein, the week of October 26th. And we talked about cubism. And cubism, a basic definition of cubism is like it can be a drawing of a person or an object, but you're seeing it from different points of view. And I also compared it to like having a couple of different puzzles, taking them apart, and then putting them back together, like taking puzzle A and putting some of the pieces from puzzle B together with A. So it doesn't really fit naturally together. And then when you have a finished work of art, you've got like all these different shapes that have been put together. So if we had two different puzzles with two different faces and we matched them up to as close as we could, then like in this Frankenstein drawing, you're seeing the profile or the side view, and you're seeing a front-on view at the same time. Okay, and we talked about using geometric shapes like square, rectangle, oval, along with some organic shapes like hair or the eyebrows. Okay, so you've got three different versions here. You've got the Bride of Frankenstein, you've got kind of a robot-looking Frankenstein, and then one that is a little bit larger here. And then this last one, I showed you how you can tape together two sheets of paper on the back, open it up, and you're doing basically the same drawing, but you're adding hands. So you can trace your hands or somebody else's hands to make it look like it's coming towards you, okay? Okay, now let's just take a look at the demos really quickly before we take a look at the demo about how to add pictures of your work on the Google Classroom. Okay, this shows you like a basic drawing without the lines in there, just the outside shape. And by adding the lines, you create some form. So it looks a little bit more 3D with those lines added in it. And there's one adding the face. And there's the one with all the different sizes. I'm just going to show you how to draw the one. Okay, I start with the outside shape first. Then somewhere in the center, I draw like an oval shape. And from that oval shape, I'm going to add curves on either side. Okay, and then your stem, and you can already see how it's creating a form of the pumpkin. Sorry guys, it's windy outside today. Okay, and then you can add your triangles. You could add a mouth in there that's open with buck teeth. And don't forget the background. Okay, this is a different way. You could do like the oval in the center and then do your curves around it. And in this way, you can make it as fat and big as you want it to be. You could just keep adding curves until it filled up the paper if you want to. So you can see how you can create the pumpkin that way. I did want to show you a different way to do the mouth really quickly. I add the open part. I can draw in some rectangles and then shade around that. When you fill it in, you can see how funny the mouth is going to look. Okay, so that's the pumpkin. Now let me pull up this one. And we have 3 different styles of the scarecrow. Now, if you're doing a close-up version, I start with the head first. And then I usually add the hat because I want to have hair, sticking out from there. And the hat doesn't always have to look the same, and the eyes don't always have to be the same size either. And you don't necessarily have to use triangles. You could use buttons for the eyes. There's your collar. He almost looks like a clown a little bit to me. There's some patches, and the hair is straw. That's one way to draw it. Now, to draw this one, which has the body, I'll really quickly show you. You draw the circle or the head a little bit smaller so you have a little bit more space. And again, the hat doesn't always have to be the same. It could be a cap if you want to. Speed this up just a little bit. The hair looks more like straw now. I did bibbed overalls. You don't have to. You could do just a shirt with pants. And then strawberry hands. So that's just a basic scarecrow. All right, now Frankenstein. Okay. And that's just basically the same thing, but the face is a little bit larger. And then I'll show you how to do the Bride of Frankenstein. And then this is just 2 sheets of paper that are taped on the back. You can see how I traced the hands. Okay. So here we go with more of a box-like or robot type Frankenstein. You're going to start first with like a square or a rectangle. And then in the center, I made like the profile or the side view of the nose, okay? And then the eyes can be, one up, one down, different shapes. And the mouth doesn't have to be perfect either. Speeding this up a little bit. Add your eyebrows, they don't have to match. Hair doesn't have to match. That's why I love cubist drawings. They don't have to be perfect. You're not trying to make it look exactly like the person that's sitting in front of you. There's stitches because he's all sewn up. The ears don't have to match. The neck can be long or short. I did the shoulders in there. And then the screws coming out of his neck too. And don't forget to do something around the background here. I did ghosts, I did a moon. You could do a house on a hill. You could do mountains, almost anything you want. Okay, now let's do the Bride of Frankenstein after this. And this just shows you a different way to draw it, a little bit larger. And my Bride of Frankenstein is not colored, but if you have a color, please add it. And I didn't add her shoulders in it, and you can always add that too. Notice I didn't do it as a triangle, like a rectangle shape. I did like an odd shape for the face. I did the profile again in the middle. One eye might be up, one down. I'm adding eyelashes because I wanted to look more like a girl. You know, you could do like a family of Frankensteins. You could do like the father, the mother, and maybe a little baby Frankenstein. That would be fun to do. And the stitches, and you can kind of see how it's coming together. I'm not going to go through all of this because you can see. Okay. Now our next one is really important, so pay attention, and if you need to go back and play it again, please do. This is all about adding a photo, taking a picture using your Chromebook if your camera works, and then adding that picture in the Essentials Google Classroom. Help have sound.
To take pictures of work they need to submit through Google Classroom. My teacher asked me to create a smiley face drawing and then to take a picture of that completed smiley face and add it to this assignment and then turn it in. I'm going to take you through the steps of creating that smiley face, taking a picture with a Chromebook, and then adding it to this assignment. The first thing I'm going to do is draw the smiley face. Now I know some of you are thinking that that's not really artwork, but because my first name is Art, it's really artwork. The next thing I'm going to do is click the launcher in the lower left-hand corner of my screen, and it will show you apps that you've used recently, and you can expand that to all of the apps. The fastest way to find the camera app, though, is to just type in camera in the search bar, and it will bring up the camera app. The camera app is fairly straightforward and simple. Just a couple of settings to be concerned about. If your text comes out backwards in the picture, you can toggle the mirroring button. Just click it once and it should allow your text to display properly. The second thing is a timer. I recommend leaving the timer on. It will give you 3 seconds to align your picture before the picture is actually taken. And if you want to change the amount of time that you have to get ready for the picture, you can do so in the settings. At this point, you're ready to take a photo. Position your work in front of the camera and adjust it so that the picture looks good. Then tap or click the Take Photo button. You can do that as many times as you need to get the picture just right. Let's head back to the Google Classroom artwork assignment. At this point, I can click Add or Create, and I'm going to select File. The pictures are not in my Google Drive yet. I'm going to select File instead. From the Upload tab, I'll select files from my device. This should bring me to the My Files Downloads folder. It will be helpful to look at these images in thumbnail view, so click on Switch to Thumbnail View so that you can see a better view of the image. I can see 3 images that I captured. I'm going to choose the one that I think is the best image and click Open and Upload. I can double check this image by clicking on it once to see what my teacher will see when I submit this project. This picture looks good. I'm ready to turn in this assignment. And that's how you use your Chromebook camera to take a picture of an artifact that you're going to submit through Google Classroom.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. Just remember to go down to the bottom corner of your computer screen and click on that little icon. And you might even have the camera app at the bottom of your screen, but if you type it in, even on mine, I have it. So if I type in camera, it comes right up.
A number of teachers and students have asked how to use the
Okay, it's pretty easy to do. So before you turn in your artwork, make sure your artwork's attached, or you leave me a message saying where your artwork is. So this week you're going to complete your assignments for week of October 12th, 19th, and 26th. Make sure that you include lines, shape, and color. And if you have completed your assignments, please let me know that you have completed them all. Online learners must take a picture and post to Google Classroom or ClassDojo, or email it to me at eturner@ecps.us. Offline learners must turn in their finished artwork when they return to school to pick up another flash drive. And if you have any questions, please feel free to email or call me at this number, 563-2238. And if you want to just practice, send to me or practice taking pictures, rather. You can do that of your artwork, and that way you'll know how to use the features that we just saw in the video, okay? Let's see. All right. So that's all I have for now. So we're making sure we have our artwork complete before first day of face-to-face learning on November 5th, okay? I hope that you have a great week. I can't wait to see you guys. I miss you. I love you. Can't wait to see you. Bye for now.